My name is Sean. I live in the Seattle area, and I'm a communications professional at a gaming company. And I've participated in the Remote Investor Incubator, the virtual Mastermind bubble, and now I'm a part of the annual Family Office Ohana Mastermind group. And what I've been able to get out of these groups and the bubble is that a lot of actionable education, a lot of support from like-minded individuals, and ultimately, I think the motivation to keep pursuing financial freedom, the kinds of, I would say, the knowledge and the strategies and the concepts that we're all being exposed to in these groups. It's something that's really taught at school or at the workplace, definitely off the beaten path. And just being around like-minded individuals has assured me that it's okay that I'm thinking about these things, that I'm pursuing financial freedom, and just giving me the confidence to, I would say, take more control of my financial future. It's about having that opportunity and an outlet to meet, interact with like-minded individuals, to talk about personal finance, real estate investing, wealth building. And look, I'm doing this to pursue financial freedom for myself and my family, and just to have a community of people who feel as passionately about these topics as I do, and to be able to talk to them about it is great. I think we all have, I would say, family, friends, colleagues who don't necessarily want to talk about this stuff. And so again, it's really great that it's a collection of like-minded people, and you can really talk about this stuff and build that financial freedom. So I would say that the benefit of the Remote Investor Incubator is it's for people who have gotten to that point in their life where they feel like they want to make a change, and they've heard about real estate, they've read about real estate and how that can really help build financial freedom, but don't really have perhaps the knowledge or the contacts, the Rolodex to take that first step, or maybe the encouragement or the sort of push from other peers to take that first step. And so that's what's great about the Remote Investor Incubator. Everyone's starting from scratch and learning about real estate investing. And the way that the course is structured, you go through the different topics and processes that go into buying a single family rental or a turnkey. And that's everything from how do you evaluate a deal? How do you evaluate a market? How does insurance work? How do taxes work? Rehab and all that. And it's module, and you go through, I think it was like 3 or 4 months of these different modules. And along the way, Lane definitely helps you with introducing you to his Rolodex of folks that he's worked with in the past, to really help you and guide you to get that first rental to kickstart your real estate investing. And you saw people through that journey purchase their first single family rental. And that's kind of cool to see other people doing this stuff. And you're encouraging them and telling them they're doing a great job. They're encouraging you to do the same thing. And so you don't feel like you're going at it alone. And it was definitely also cool to build relationships with the people in that group. My life before SPC and real estate investing. So I'm Japanese. I've got Japanese parents. I grew up in a very, I guess you could say, I had a very traditional upbringing where it's, hey, get good grades, go to school, get good grades, get into college, maybe go to grad school, and then you get a corporate job, just keep at it, and then just continue to save in your 401k. I grew up with that upbringing, and it went well for a while. I got my promotions, I got my raises, I got opportunities to work abroad several times in my career, and it was all going well. And I would say I saw restructuring happening. I saw colleagues going through career issues and crises and things like that. But naively, I think I thought that, oh, that's their problem. That's not me. I've got it figured out, until I went through my own challenges as well. And I landed on my feet, which was great. That was definitely a wake-up call. Lane sees the words Han Solo moment. I definitely had my Han Solo moment and realized that I was way too dependent on my W-2. I didn't necessarily have control of my own financial destiny. And it was really a wake-up call just to say, hey, I really got to take the bull by the horns and really take control. And I think that's what's been good about the SBC community, is it's kind of teaches you to shift your mindset to say, hey, there's definitely a different way to do it. And at the same time, it also lays out the tools and strategies and introduces you to a network of people who help you down that path and makes it more feasible for you to take control of your financial future. I had that Han Solo moment and realized that I needed to make a change And it's kind of like the first step is you realize you need to make a change. It's like, it's like, not that I've ever been an alcoholic, but it's kind of like first step is realizing you got a problem. And so I think that's where I started. And then that took me down a path of, okay, I need to start educating myself. And so, I read the Rich Dad Poor Dad books and all the different books that people recommend. I started listening to podcasts as well. And I actually learned about Lane through a different podcast where he was being interviewed, and started listening to Simple Passive Cashflow. And then just over time, you educate yourself, you familiarize yourself with the concept, you start understanding better what Lane's talking about on the podcast. And that evolved into, okay, I'll sign up for the Hui pipeline, the Deal Pipeline Club, and just to see what kind of offerings there are. And then that progressed into just connecting with Lane on LinkedIn. And then he said, hey, why don't we do a call? And I said, okay, why not? And we did a 15-minute call, and things just progressed from there. And over time, through the podcast, through his website, through talking to him directly, through talking to Peter, the coordinator, the membership coordinator, I just developed a comfort level, a confidence in myself to take this next step. And that ultimately led me to joining the Remote Investor Incubator.